A crimson smear stained my cheek, the same color as betrayal. Liliana, my wife of 10 years, staggered to the doorway, reeking of cheap tequila and something faintly floral, a scent unfamiliar and far from her usual perfume. "Sorry I'm late, babe," she slurred, pressing a sloppy kiss to my cheek. Girls' night got a little extended. Then she giggled. A sound that once warmed me, now chilling me to the bone. Something was deeply, horribly wrong. It wasn't the first time she'd come home late recently. Brushing off my concerns with flimsy excuses, missed calls, hushed conversations, a sudden interest in her appearance. Vague answers, nervous glances, signs I tried to ignore. Convincing myself I was imagining things, but the weight in my stomach grew heavier with every evaded question. That night after she passed out, her phone buzzed on the nightstand. I knew it was wrong, but suspicion had rooted itself too deeply. I picked up the phone. A text from a number saved as Spa Day lit up the screen. "Last night was amazing. Miss you already, X." My hands trembled as I unlocked it. The messages ran back for weeks. Secret meets, passionate exchanges, whisper affections. My world tilted. Liliana, my thoughtful, funny, loving Liliana, was having an affair. But the voicemails broke me more than any text could. I pressed play. The first was a man's voice, smooth and self-assured. "Hey, beautiful. Just thinking about you. Can't wait to see you tomorrow." The second was hers. Breathless, happy. "Oh, Daniel, I can't stop thinking about you either. Being with you is it's everything, Daniel." The name struck like a hammer. I sat in the dark, clutching her phone. The life I knew falling apart around me. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I went numb. But underneath the numbness, something colder began to take shape. The next morning, she woke with a hangover and a flicker of unease. I handed her a mug of coffee, keeping my voice even. "How was girls' night?" She sipped, eyes not meeting mine. "Fun. Too much tequila." "Oh, I bet," I said, letting a slight edge touch my voice. She didn't seem to notice. "Did you make it to the spa too?" Her hand jerked, coffee spilling onto the table. "What? What are you talking about?" Without a word, I pulled out her phone and played the second voicemail. Her voice filled the room, confessing to Daniel. She went pale, her breath caught. Who is Daniel?" I asked, voice low and controlled. She tried to speak, stumbled on her words, but the truth was already etched across her face. I can explain." "Explain what?" I said, my voice finally cracking. "Explain how you could do this to me. To us." Over the days that followed, the rest unfolded like a bitter puzzle. Daniel was a colleague. They had met at a conference. Girls' nights were cover stories, alibis for stolen nights together. She claimed it was a mistake, a meaningless fling, but nothing about it seemed accidental. My world collapsed. But within the wreckage, something unyielding began to build. I wasn't going to let this define me. Not forever. But first, I had to confront him. It wasn't hard to find Daniel. Social media painted the picture clearly. Charming, successful family man. I waited for him outside his office one cold evening. When he saw me, his expression changed instantly. "You're Liliana's husband." "That's right," I said, voice calm and low. "We need to talk." I didn't shout. I didn't threaten. I just told him what I knew. Every text, every call, every lie. I played him the voicemails. The smugness drained from his face. He stammered, denied, blamed Liliana. I stared him down. "You destroyed my marriage." I said, "Now I'm going to destroy yours." I left him there shaking and broken. I knew he had a wife, children, and I knew they'd be gone by the time the truth reached them. Revenge didn't feel good. It wasn't sweet, but it was justice in its coldest form. What followed was a blur. Lawyers, signatures, splitting up the life we'd built. Liliana begged for forgiveness. Cried, pleaded, but I couldn't unsee the truth. I couldn't unhear her voice saying another man's name with love. The divorce was finalized a few months later. She moved out. Her regret lingered in every glance, every unspoken word. I heard Daniel's wife left him too. Took their children. His reputation crumbled. His future unraveled. No joy came from their pain, only emptiness. No one had one. I sold a house, our house, and started fresh. It wasn't easy. The silence was loud, the loneliness crushing. But slowly, I began to rebuild. I threw myself into work, spent time with friends, found new interests. Bit by bit, life crept back into my veins. I learned to breathe again. Years passed. Then one day I saw Liliana at a coffee shop. She looked older, tired. The light in her eyes had dimmed. We talked briefly, calmly. The past hung in the space between us, heavy, but no longer suffocating. She apologized. This time I believed she meant it. I forgave her, not for her, but for me. Forgiveness wasn't acceptance. It wasn't forgetting. It was release. I let go the weight I carried. I chose to be free. The lipstick smear that once branded me with betrayal had faded. The pain dulled. The scars remained. But they were mine. A record of survival. A testament to strength. A promise to myself that I would love again better, wiser. That, I realized, was its own kind of triumph.